So, welcome to another engaging session at the Linen Care series. And today we have with us Mr. Anil Shah, the Senior Manager of Business Support at Linen Craft. So, welcome, Mr. Anil, and thank you so much for taking time for us at the Laundry Talkathon. So, today at the Linen series, we are going to talk about linen rental, a trend that has been doing its round for a couple of years now in the region. But to a large extent, it has also helped hotels provide a very long and sustainable service option. But now we're going to take a little different route and try something a little different. So I'm going to state four statements to you, Mr. Anil, and with regards to linen rental. And I'd like you to attempt to clear the air, as we can call it. So are we ready?
Okay, first of all, Megha, I must say that thank you for bringing me up here. It will be nice to share our experience, expertise, and a lot of insights into the business. So if that can clarify a lot of thinking or the hurdles and have a clear path for customers or the hotels, I think it will be a good initiative in that respect. And I hope I'll be able to provide some of my understanding about the linen rental. Now, before I go into it, let me share some background because it is not that simple that you just put a value to it and you say that yeah, it is expensive or it is not expensive. If you want to ask me, I would just say very plain sentence: it is not true that linen rental is expensive. It's not true. Now, before I can share some more views on it, I would like to share some of the background where this concept of linen rental coming in. Okay. So most industries would like to focus on what that industry has their core functions. Now, when it comes to the hospitality, the main core function of hospitality, I don't have to say, it is very clear about making sure those guests are looked after well and they've been given the right services and the products and standards based on their established standards of various different benchmark of the hospitality or hotels, like 3-star segment or 4-star segment or 5-star segment or even more than that. Now, in doing so, there are many such activities which may not be related to their core function. There are many those activities which may not related to the knowledge base or skill base what the individual hotels have. Now, in spite of that, they still need to engage with those activities. Each and every activities has a cost to it. Now, whether we are able to calculate that cost or not, but it does have a cost. And now it is a time post-pandemic that when everyone is trying to look at their business with a new glasses, that what am I supposed to do and am I doing without the frills? This is a very good time for everyone to look at it. Now, allow me to say what I was referring. So, for example, if hotels have to sell their rooms with the right presentation and providing the services to their guest over a day after day with the right presentation of linen inside the room, what typically housekeeping needs to be doing it then, or the room function? It is for all the financial controllers or the general managers and the housekeepers to look into it. Now, today, I'm sure the housekeeping and the financial controllers and GMs, they also know that how difficult or easy it is to maintain a par level at their hotel. Maintaining par level, making sure first in, first out, making sure the linen is available to their room attendants when it matters, in the right quantity, in a cleaned, required cleanliness available to them. If this is available to the room attendant, I'm sure they'll be more focused in giving the right presentation to the room. Right. Now, in order to do so, what all things they need to do? First of all, buying the right amount of linen, That's one. What is the right amount of linen is again giving rise to taking a regular inventories. How good are we at taking the inventories in a routine basis? Number one, that is the frequency. Number two, the accuracy of the inventories. After those two things are done, how good we are at injecting the required power level or a number of items, maybe because of the losses, because of the discards, because of the XYZ reasons. If we don't operate at a regular inventory, we need to inject that. That gives rise to another question. Are we able to right kind of linen, which is bedsheet, towels, etc.? Now, in buying the right kind of linen, do we have the required expertise? Do we have the right resources in place? Now, what all we say is that leave these known core activities to the experts who have been able to do that in and out again and again in a right way. For a laundry to process their linen in a right way, they know there are a lot of different things they go on to it. Whether it is the material, the right construction, the most important is right stitching, which will allow laundries to turn over the linen in a right time with the right presentation. So this is all linked.
Right. I think
Now, with that, if there is a company who can provide you on time, required quantity available in the company, in the hospitality company or in the hotel, what they need it, I mean, what else people want? Now I'm coming to base price equation. When the linen leasing or rental price is compared, are they compared in a way only for the laundry cost? Then it is not right. It is to be compared with the linen replacement cost added to the laundry cost as a total. Now, when laundry companies or any rental companies, when they work with the right specification, right kind of linen, they have the efficiency. They also have a better pricing than what hotel can secure for that linen. All these benefits are shared between the people who are processing it and the people who are actually using it, so the end user. So overall, it turns out to be a profitable equation between both. The laundry companies or the rental companies are not isolated. They work along with the hotels. They are extension of the hotel operation where they engage in a much more professional, structured way to give output what is required. I don't know if that answers in the totality, but I hope that the hotels can consider on that.
definitely.
Last thing I would like to say is getting the new linen in hotel at right time. Now we know in UAE, I'm talking about the in general in Middle East. This model has been very popular in US, European markets, where they have very different way of considering the things. Okay, let us see how we have grown into it as a Middle East. Let us not copy anybody else, looking at our own advantages. But let us then also understand that in Middle East, not much of linen is being produced. We also have to depend on elsewhere to get the linen in. So when we have a very specific segments of the months when the operations are busy for the hotels, and I wish and I hope that it can further be even out, but at the moment it is how it is. So now when the peak seasons are there, when the actual hotel starts experiencing the difficulties with the linen not being sufficient, they start ordering it. Whether are we able to get the linen when we want them? So typically the linen comes when they don't require, probably the occupancy has gone down or the business level has gone down. Now what happens when the linen comes? The whole of their linen cost is expensed when the linen is received. So are we able to actually spread across our linen buying expense throughout the year or in level of the business? Now, linen rental or leasing will offer this. When I'm more busy, I'm probably going to ask for more linen, and my cost will be actually more at the time when my business level is more. My cost is less when my business level is less because I'm going to order less linen. So that will again help the hotels in maintaining their P&Ls with the business levels. So now let me understand, or let me give some more, what do I say, the little more clarification on the word sustainable.
Yeah.
So typically, when it comes to sustainability, it comes to the energy savings and these things. But I understand where it comes from. The sustainable is that in terms of total operational sustainability. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So let's consider what exactly we mean by sustainable. So if I analyze very, very, very high level, what do we say sustainable? Okay, I had just written some points here because I did not know that you were going to ask this question. Oh, uh, so okay, what is sustainable? I would say one is the linen is available when it matters. So when I need it, my linen is available for room attendants. That's one. Number two, in case I don't have enough power, I'm still able to manage it with a faster turnaround. That is what I perceive as a sustainable. And number three is the flexibility. The flexibility is in terms of any such incident where I need linen, I should have the resources that I can make it happen and I can handle the situation. So this is what we call is sustainable. And there is a perception that when you have your own linen, this all will be manageable with the right or desired output. Now, let me just say that when the question of sustainability comes, because there are many of those procedures which is not being able to maintain, and that is why those situations arises at the first place. Now, let's talk one by one about having sufficient stock when it is needed. Now, let's focus also on what is a typical linen leasing process. So every day there is a call goes from the housekeeping to the company, linen company, that I need 500 bed sheets, 500 duvet covers, and 200 pieces of towels on this time. You have, in a given situation, you have the next day, all those items have come down to the hotel premises and they are distributed on the pantries. So if this is the business case, then there is no question of having the first situation where you don't have enough power or enough number of items available for room attendants to service. That's one. Now let's go on to the second stage, where if I have a short supply, then I can manage. Now, the short supplies of the linen is again because of the not having enough power. Now, for example, it could be possible that you wanted the amount of linen which was given was not sufficient for some reason, ended up asking for the less linen. There is always a possibility you can call the laundry company or the rental company that I need something more, and this is what is my bottleneck today. If it can be matched, I'm sure people will be willing to help because they have the additional stock. You don't have to bring it all the items down, make sure it is done, and do it what is required. And third thing is about the flexibility. Flexibility, if we have any functions where we know that there are 80% checkouts on a particular day, and if the hotel does know about it, if we are running with our own linen, we know that I have a shortage of linen. I have 80% of rooms check out on that particular day, and the next check-in is again going down to 100%. So my room attendant have to clear maximum number of rooms on this particular day. I don't have sufficient linen. What do I do? They bank on this is what is the perception. But if you have a linen rental, you know that they are the companies holding those additional power. And if you say I need on such and such day 20% extra, I'm sure they'll be able to just do it. So the whole perception of sustainability, it just goes the other way around. It is managing with a structured, more professional efforts.
Yeah. So definitely the statement is false then.
Yeah. I don't know if it answers your question properly.
No, if you look at it from the operations point of view, so definitely the statement is kind of falls. I mean, I guess there is a balance you have to strike.
When it comes to tracking of linen or number of pieces, it is always a balance between what exactly our objective is. You can have 100% tracking, but the cost of doing it, I'm not talking about here, I'm not talking about the linen rental or in-house or whichever other way, or having own linen. At any given uh, option, I'm sure there's still a tracking is needed. How much is soiled? How much is, whether it is sent to the laundry, whether it is in-house or the external vendor, and then what is come returned back. Now, when it comes to tracking, it is always an objective. What kind of accuracy is required? If we require 100% accuracy every time, there's a cost on it to do it. Through the manual way, there is also technology. A lot of technology is available. For example, RFID technology. Again, we have a cost to it. So everywhere it is cost to it. Now, when we are using, there are two options. Let's say both the options. First is about the manual. Manual, there's too much of cost. Again, with that cost also, there are manual, some of the mistakes can happen. If there are 100 duvet covers or bed sheets in a mixed linen, and if you and me are asked to count it separately, I'm sure we both will come out with a separate count.
Yeah.
So if there are a group of people who are counting and who are made responsible for that, I'm sure there will be some mistakes there. The counting accuracy can only be done when it are clean, arranged items, then could be more accurate. So that is one thing about the manual. You can have more people counting it and making sure every count is correct. So there will be cost to it, but there will still issue of accuracy. Now let's take the second issue is about tracking through the use of technology. Now, one of the technology is the RFID, which is quite prominent nowadays. So there are two part of it. The history of it, it has been adopted by US and Europe first. What we hear from them is earlier this technology was quite expensive. Now it has become much more affordable. So earlier, so now there is more application for this technology. However, this technology also have a limited accuracy. You can say between 95 and 100% accuracy based on what kind of investment you would like to do it at both customer premises and the hotel premises. Now, as I again said that whether these activities actually are helping to add any value or to what percentage it should be considered between both the parties to be true to each other. If that has been agreed that, okay, between 95 and 100% accuracy is enough for us, they should just adopt to the RFID technology and go about it. I mean, this is the best solution we can have, but if you have 100% accuracy in mind, I think that is too much of cost to put into it, which is not adding any value to it.
Yeah.
As I said before, now it is time that people have to think of what is the best way of running the businesses. Now, there is no straightforward answer, unfortunately, for this, because it is about their brand standards, the hotel's brand standards, what they want to have it. It is also about the size of the hotel, whether they can negotiate the brand standards or they cannot, depending upon what is the level of business the hotel can do. So I would leave it on to the hotel, because this would be worthwhile that if they want to have that business standard, at what cost and what is the return on that kind of investment. That's one thing. However, there are a lot more ease is there that they can actually, the hotel can go and discuss with the companies that what is possible. So based on the manufacturing process, there are particular, I'm just taking a very general kind of linen. Let's say a 300 thread count, which is very popular in the Dubai market. Most of the hotels would like to use the 300 thread count linen. So the bed sheets mostly is plain. The duvet covers, they have separate designs. Now, there are certain designs which is possible within the same quality. I'm sure the hotel company would be able to give them that design. There are certain designs may not be possible. So it is up to the hotel to what level they want to embrace this model, or the brand standards are very important for them in terms of the presentation. So they can choose on that matter that way.
Right.
But looking at current scenario, I think it is time for people to look at it. I would like to bring one more point here. Many times you have the best of the presentation of the linen in terms of the fabric manufacture. What is not right is the in terms of the stitching. So even though best of the presentation, I'm talking about especially on duvet covers and pillowcases, when they actually get iron and finishing past the finishing stage, it doesn't give that kind of impression because of the limitation of stitchings. Now, if people are able to find out those finer details and work with a quality that can offer better presentation, sometimes a simple design can look more presentable on the bed than more aesthetically better designs. So I would
Right.
say that.
I think that's a very good tip as well. I hope people do take that point quite seriously. I mean, I think that kind of brings in that difference to the hotel as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Anil. I mean, there were some very key insights, and definitely, if people have any questions, we do have a discussion that is happening shortly where we can address them as well. So thank you again for taking time out for us and trying out something different. We hope that it kind of opens up the Pandora's box to discuss more things to do with linen rental and clear more misconceptions and hopefully set in better standards as well.
Thank you very much, Megha. I must say thank you to have such a very, very informative session. And if people would like to gain insights or if there are any questions, would be great for the industry here, which we would all wish to have a very good business and wish everyone the best for that.
Thank you so much.